So for you Aries, you're not very confident around this time. We need to get into this. Look, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, right? It's pretty much just been work and home for you. Whatever it is that you do for a living and home. Not a lot of time to associate with friends or meet anybody new. Queen of Wands. And you may be a little bit hard on yourself when it comes to that, right? Finding somebody, having some sort of enjoyment out of your life. And a lot of you Aries need to learn to start enjoying your life a little bit better, a little bit more. You know, you deserve it. You know, a lot of you Aries, I'm not Aries sun, I'm an Aries moon, but I'm sure that a lot of you Aries probably lived through a lot of crazy things. And the last thing that you want to experience is that when you go through a lot of crazy stuff when you're young and then you get older, you're in a better position, and then now you still can't enjoy your life. That's whack. So the Hierophant and the Five of Cups represents, again, you're hard on yourself. You're kicking yourself. A lot of you Aries may be a little bit, you may not be confident to approach anybody and say hi. And you shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't be nervous to do that type of stuff, right? A lot of you Aries, I know plenty of Aries women, very attractive. Very attractive. You know what I'm saying? You know, very attractive. It's just that for you, you know, the Hierophant, the Five of Cups, you may not necessarily perceive yourself as that. But the Hierophant, right, that's the Five of Cups. But the Hierophant is saying you have to learn to have that internal self-talk with yourself. You are very attractive. On the outside, you may not, and on the inside, you may not necessarily think of yourself as being attractive, but you are, though. It's just that right now you may not necessarily perceive yourself as attractive, even though you actually are. I know plenty of Aries right now who are drop dead gorgeous. Fine, okay? But you know what I'm saying? But if you don't perceive yourself as that, it doesn't matter what I say. At the end of the day, you're only going to misperceive yourself as being unattractive, even though you actually are. And then you have the Emperor, which represents you. The Emperor represents you need to get back to here. You may be a little bit, you know, you may be a little bit comfortable sitting on your thumbs and not necessarily trying to get to know people. And what I mean by that is you may, like I said, you may be a little bit anxious. You know, quiet as is kept, Aries has that side to them where they're really shy. So Aries is like all or nothing, right? You could be outgoing, but that's you having to try to force yourself to be outgoing sometimes. A lot of the times you're really like a sheep. And what I mean by that is I'm not trying to insult you. I'm saying like a sheep in the sense of like a sheep, or you know, is very quiet, peaceful. You know what I mean? If you've ever been around some sheep, quiet, peaceful, very shy, you know, sheep are not very rambunctious or violent. You understand what I'm saying? They're very much so calm, cool, collected. And let's not forget that Aries is the sheep, the zodiac sign of the sheep. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it's a sheep. So the thing is that you may be a little bit, like I said, anxious, a little bit too much in your head, thinking about what to say. Look, Aries, stop worrying about what to say. Stop thinking about what to say. Don't worry about it, right? Because at the end of the day, if a person does not like you because they think that whatever, or, you know, something stupid, 8 or 9 times out of 10, it's not even you. It's not even you. It's probably, it's more than likely something that is about them that they can't seem to get over. Okay? So you don't really have to worry too much, about what to say, how to approach. There's so many people that you can approach, and you can get creative with it. Talk about whatever it is that you like to talk about. It's as easy as going to the store, right? Looking around, finding somebody that took something that you like off of the shelf that they're gonna go pay for, and saying, hey, excuse me, it's such that you happen to be interested in. And you say, hey, excuse me, such. Really? It's as simple as that. It doesn't even have to be this grandiose way that you approach people. It's as simple as, hey, you like ice cream sandwiches? I like ice cream sandwiches too. Can I, after you're done, or when you pick one, can I get in there? I'm just standing here. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. What's your name? Where you from? Okay, that's cool. Hey, my name is such, by the way. Nice to meet you. Shake the hand or whatever. You ain't even got to shake the hand. It's as simple as that. Ask them their zodiac. I do stuff like that because I'm an astrologer. I can't help it. But I'm like, what's your zodiac sign? Anyway, the Nine of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune is about how you got to learn to get that confidence back, right? That's what the Nine of Cups represent. The Wheel of Fortune is because no matter what it is that you tell yourself, you're 100% correct on that. If you tell yourself that you're not worthy, you're trash, all this other stuff, guess what's going to happen? It's going to end up manifesting. It's going to end up being true. So a lot of you Aries have to understand you're good. A lot of that stuff, like, you got to understand that a lot of that stuff is subjective. Who's the flyest? Who's the most fly? It's subjective. It's in here. It's internal. What separates a person from an alpha from other people is in here. In here and in here. Right? The Magician and the King of Wands represents how yes, very appropriate. The Magician, and that's the magic of it. It's subjective. It's in here and in here. It's in you. If you perceive yourself as being capable of being an alpha, a person that is outgoing, then that's exactly what it is that you are. If you perceive yourself as a person that is introverted, that is shy, then that's exactly what it is that you are. And that's the magic of it. So a lot of you Aries have to have that internal self-talk of, yes, you can meet somebody. You really do. And you really have to go back and remember your successes. Stop worrying so much about your failures all the time and worry about your successes. What are some of the things that you have done right? I've been very good at getting attractive people that I would like to hang around. What I haven't been successful about is reading the room. Sometimes I have problems reading the room as far as between me and the person who I'm trying to get to know, because I'm interested in accomplishing my goals and accomplishing my dreams, long-term ones. So a lot of the times, unless a person, sometimes, not all the time, because I get it, but sometimes if a person doesn't necessarily make it clear to me, sometimes I don't see that type of stuff because I'm focused on what I need to do long term. And that could be a gift and a curse sometimes. That could be a good thing, just like it could be a bad thing sometimes. But the King of Wands represents for you, you have to determine for yourself what that means. Because the King of Wands, right, you will only get the results that you're looking for. You'll only get the results if you're not actually trying to achieve what it is that you are looking for. Most of the times, right? Most of the times. And it's not a matter of you Aries being trash, because that's not what it is, because you're not. What it's a matter of is, your, like I said, your own internal talk. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the King of Wands. Two of Pentacles, King of Wands, wow, Moon, Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords. So the Two of Pentacles is about you, Aries, having to understand that, yes, it will be frustrating and it will be a pain at first when you have to learn to approach others, have that internal dialogue. But once you get it and it starts to become a feedback loop. Now, again, we're not talking about arrogance. We're not talking about trying to be delusional. I'm talking about having a healthy form of confidence. Once you're able to look at what it is that you did wrong and understand what you did wrong and apologize and all that stuff, have humility, but at the same time have that internal self-talk of, yes, you can do it. You can get someone that you want. You can actually achieve that. That is probable, possible. You can actually have that. The King of Wands now represents, that's when it is that you will understand your value better. That's when it is that you will stop perceiving yourself as a lower life form, right? As a lower being. That's when you'll have, well, that's when it is that you'll stop having a inferiority complex, thinking that you are less than what you actually are. The Moon, did I just define it? Anyway, whatever. I guess we'll define all five. Well, whatever. I don't know. It came out of me. Whatever. The Moon is about how, and you will, you will come out of hiding. You will essentially learn to appreciate your own self, appreciate what it is that you bring to the table. The Ace of Swords and that problem that you have of being a little bit more outgoing in times when you should, because there's times when you should be introverted and then there's times where you should be outgoing. You will have to decide that for yourself through trial and error, right? Through experimentation, through experience. But once you learn that when you decide to do something, to actually follow through with it, that's when you, Aries, will be more, you will learn to be more confident. And the Seven of Swords, you'll realize that number one, you'll figure out so many different things about other people, because you'll find out that a lot of people are faking it. They will act like they're like this when in actuality they're really insecure, and you'll be able to spot the other people even within your own self, your own insecurities, but you'll also be able to spot it within other people, and you'll have a better understanding of others as well as yourself. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Look, I'm trying to make my channel grow to 10,000 subscribers, okay? Right now we have 9,112 subs. Appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.